Alright. Hello, Tom.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, so can you turn on your camera? Alright, that's much better. Okay, so in the last lesson, I have told you about the changes of our schedule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and from this week, we will learn from 4 o'clock to 4:45 in the afternoon, so that is quite easier for you to take a rest at night. Okay,
Okay.
good. And we can start our lesson right away, and we will finish the writing section today. And last lesson, do you remember the topic of the writing that we have learned? What is the topic? What we are going to write about?
We are going to introduce the story.
You introduce the story, and the story is about a fight, right, with your friend. Is it? Mhm. And I will remind you of the general outline of when you want to tell somebody about fight. So number one, we have introduction. Introduction part. What will we do in the introduction part? Do you remember? Or we call it the opening. So what will you do in the opening?
Introducing the story.
Yes, exactly. We have to introduce the story, and what is the thing that we introduce in this part? The time or the place? Yes, exactly, about the time. Introduce the story about the time, and in the body we have the body. And what will we do in the body?
We will describe the event.
Can you say again? We
We
would
will describe the event in the time.
Yes, exactly. We will describe the event in the time order. So what happened first? You will say it first. Okay, so what happened first? Say it first. And remember, don't forget to tell about the place also. Okay, and how about in the ending?
The ending giving an end to
Giving an. Okay, it's quite noisy here. So, can you say again? Giving an.
end to the story.
Yeah, giving an end to the story. Good. Or sometimes you can say I hope, or you can give some advices in the story also. Okay, so that is the general outline. That is the general outline of the narrative paragraph. So now we will move on to the structure that we are going to learn. As I stopped for. Remember, stopped, we have to put it in past tense. So we have the ed here. So for example, we have the phrase speak to Mark in 2 days, and we have a sentence made from these two phrases is I stopped speaking to Mark for 2 days. So we have the subject, the stopped, verb ing, for, and plus time. Okay, got it?
Okay.
Okay, so now it's time for you to note down the structure and also the example. We will do the practice later.
Okay.
Alright, so we do the practice together. So number one, we have talk to Bill and we have a day. Can you make a sentence from these two phrases?
Uh, I stop. I stop it talking to you for a while.
Let's see if it's correct. Yes, exactly. So we have I stopped talking to Bill for a day. Next one, number two, call Sally in a week.
I stop it calling Sally for a week.
That's right. Okay, number three, we have email Jill and 2 weeks.
I stop it emailing you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I stopped emailing Jill for 2 weeks. And number four,
I stop it studying with it for a month.
okay, good. I stopped studying with Ed for a month. And number five, the last one,
I stopped it playing with cat for a few months.
okay, that's good. So now the job is to make one example for me, please. Can you think of an example using this structure?
I stopped it fighting with my for
Mhm. So for
a week.
for a week, good job. Okay, remember in this structure you have to remember the time phrase here. So for plus time. So next one we have the correct the mistake and then we write the sentence. This is one exercise. So number one, I have a fight with my friend Mark last week. So what is the mistake in this sentence?
The mistake is have.
Have. So how can you change it?
I checked it had.
Had. Okay. So now can you read the whole sentence for me?
Okay. I had a fight with my week.
Good job. So have we had I had a fight with my friend Mark last week. Okay, so number two, Mark thought I cheated, but I didn't. And I didn't, sorry. Okay,
The mistake is am.
and yes. Okay, so how can you change that?
I did it, but I didn't.
Okay, good. Mark thought I cheated, but I didn't. Sorry about saying the answer. Okay. Number three, I angry, but I felt terrible about it.
The mistake A.
What do you think?
But
But is that correct? So, what is the type of the word angry? Is it noun, verb, or adjective?
mm,
Adjective. So, if it is adjective, so what should we put after the subject? So, for example, I am hot, I am cold. What should we put after the subject? Do you remember? So, for example, we have I am strong. Strong is adjective, and after I, what did I put after the subject? Do you know the answer? Okay, so I will show you the answer. We have the mistake is in the word angry, and we have to put the to be verb here. In specific, we have to be more specific. We have to put it in the past tense because you can see the word felt. It is in the past, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so we will have to put it. I was angry, but I felt terrible about it. So after the before the adjective or after the subject, so we have to be plus adjective. So for example, I am or I was angry. And the last one, number four, I hope we don't fighting anymore.
Mm, Fighting.
Fighting. So how can you change? How can you fix it?
Mm, we don't fight.
Alright. Don't. Sorry, it should be fighting. Yeah, you are correct. I hope we don't fight anymore. Okay, so is the exercise difficult or easy?
Mm, I think it's just I didn't.
Yeah, it's okay, but you can do most of the sentences. That's good. Alright, so at home, remember to sometimes you can review the past tense or the simple perfect tense because they are two very like difficult ones. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's move to the part of organizing. So there is one example here. Can you see the picture on the left? This one. So we have white, And we have the person that is you fight with. So for example, my friend Mark, and then the time when, last week, the place where, Mark's how, over what, a game. Thus, they are the general ideas that you need to include in your writing. So a person you fight with, the time, the place, and the reason. Okay, can you tell me again four aspects that you should have in the paragraph?
Um,
The first thing is
with, with or with whom?
with whom or person you fight with. And next one,
Is the
when. So when is about
time.
the time. Next, third one,
About the price.
about the place. And last one,
Last one is over what?
our what, or we can call it the reason. You remember the reason?
Uh, yes.
Yeah. So over what we can call it the reason. So the next, the map next to the outline, we have the fight actions. So started arguing in code name. So remember, you have to put these actions in the time order. So what happened first, you say first. And after the fight, went home and stopped speaking to Mark for a few days or for 2 days. And next one, we have the feeling. Remember, you have to include your feelings in the paragraph about the fight. Do you feel angry or do you feel sad about it? And later, what is the result after the fight? Kết quả của đánh nhau đó là gì? Thì ví dụ như là I apologized to him and he accepted. Tức là tôi xin lỗi anh ta và anh ta chấp nhận. Và cuối cùng là hiện tại thì hai người đó như thế nào? So now, what are you and your friend being? So now they are friends again. Okay, they are all are told in the time order. So first the actions, and after the fight, the feeling, later on, and now. Okay, so now it's time for you to practice. Can you see the table here? So we have more expressions that you can use. Can you see it? Here, the more expressions table. So we have the fight actions: slap, yell, grab, step. Okay. Và sau đó thì mình sẽ có là fight was over. Was over something. The reason why was the fight started. So now your job is to complete the table here in your notebook. So you can divide your notebook into two parts. One part you will write the general outline, and the other part you will write the time order of the event. So do you understand what you are going to do now?
Yes.
Okay, so for this exercise, I will give you about like 5 to 6 minutes. You don't need to tell us about your true experience. You can use the word below here because I remember that you told me that you have been fought with anyone, right? Yeah, so you can use the expressions here. Imagine one fight. So your time start now. I will put the clock about 5 minutes for you.
Hmm?
Hello. Okay, it is your brother.
Now it's my cousin.
It's your cousin. Okay. Okay, have you finished?
Almost.
Okay, so I will give you 1 more minute.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you will read the general outline to me first. So first, with whom?
My friend Tom.
My. So, can you spell the name of your friend?
T O
O
M.
M Tom. Okay. So when?
Mm, Last Monday.
Last Monday. And where did the fight take place?
At my home.
Okay, at my home. Good. So over what?
Mm, Our favorite star.
Okay, a favorite store. Now the fight action. So what did you guys do?
Started for rest wrestling.
Started the
Wrestling.
wrestling. Okay, race. You mean this word, right? Wrestling. Next one. Another.
Punch each other.
Hit each other, right? Yeah. Okay. So after the fight,
Uh, After the fight, left the black.
okay. So can you say it again? Can you speak
Left
left?
left the black.
Left the place. Next one. You have another.
Mm, Stop it calling phone on for 3 days.
Okay. Stop it calling to each other for 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. Okay. So how did you feel about that?
Furious.
Furious like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hellish.
Helpless like this?
No.
Can you
Hellish.
can you spell the word?
F
H
A
A
E.
E right? Yeah.
Double F.
Double
Double F.
mhm. I
Uh,
H-E-double-L
O.
I. Can you speak louder?
Yes. S
S
I I S
I S
H.
H. Helpless, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So later,
So, I I'm sorry, and he accepted.
I sorry and he accepted. Okay. So how about now?
Was forever.
Friends forever. Good job. Okay, you did a good job here. So first, starting to wrestling, hit each other after the fight. He left the place and stopped calling for each other for 3 days. feeling furious and helpless, and later sorry and accepted, and now friends forever. That's good. So let me see. Okay, so now it's time for you to use the information that you have written in the previous organizing. So you have to put the title of the story, the introduction. So for example, I had a fight with my friend Tom, and the body you just need to fill in the blank with the information that you have done previously. Okay, you understand?
Okay.
Yeah, so for this exercise, I'll give you 4 minutes to complete.
Okay.
Or you can do it. Do you want to do it right now? You just need to read me the sentence.
Okay.
Okay, so how about the title?
Title is
Title is like the name of the story.
The Terrible Five.
The
Terrible Five.
the terrible
Five.
the terrible fight. Okay, good. Next one we have the introduction. I had a fight with
Actually,
my friend Tom. Okay, the body, the fight. Where did the fight take place?
the five at my home.
Okay, the fight took
It was
mhm,
at my home.
my home. Okay, next one, the fight was over
It was over uh, our favorite star.
our favorite stars. Next one,
We started rest, wrestling. We started wrestling.
start whistling
Hit
and
each other.
we
Hit,
start
and hit each other.
and hit each other. Okay, your feeling I got so
I was so furious
furious and
and helpless.
helpless that I
I mm, didn't have mistake.
okay that I didn't have mistake. And what did you stop for? I stopped
I stopped uh, calling
calling him for
Friday.
3 days. Good job. And later, okay, later,
Mm, Later is I sorry
okay, I was sorry to him
him accepted, and he accepted.
and he accepted. Okay, how about now?
Now we are
Why for
a friend again
friends again? Or friend you say before, friend for
forever.
forever. Okay, so in conclusion, you can write a sentence like I heard.
Mhm. There isn't
There isn't.
any fine anymore with us.
Yes, exactly. There isn't any five between. Remember, you have to use the word between us anymore. Okay, that's much better. That is the detailed outline for your writing. So, do you want to write this down, or you can write the conclusion in your notebook if needed? I think you should write the conclusion in your notebook so that you can remember later.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. So, your homework is that you have to complete the paragraph based on the general outline and also the draft we have done before. And you have to write a paragraph in between 100 to 150 words. Okay, here. Write about the fight that you had with your friend. And remember, we have the title, three main parts, the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. You can based on this. You can based on this one. And remember to write it between 100 and 150 words. Okay.
Okay.
Remember to write your homework down so that you can remember.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
You have written down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will clear this one. Okay, so that's the end of our writing lesson today. So have I sent you the materials for MCQs questions? Cô đã gửi con cái phần bài tập mà bài tập trắc nghiệm chưa nhỉ?
Mm. Okay.
Ừ. Cô nhớ là rồi ấy. Đấy là cái folder COVID one ấy.
Oh yes. Okay.
Okay, so remember to do it at home. And there are two materials that you need to do is the rewriting the sentence and the MCQs questions. And remember to do them, okay?
Okay.
All right. So now you can leave the meeting and we can see each other in the afternoon of Saturday. Okay, goodbye.
Okay. See you next time.
See you next time.